A child's innocent essay, yet it holds a shocking truth.
I couldn't continue the reading, as my fingers failed to turn the page. William Jones, my dear husband, had just stepped out of the bathroom. He was wrapped in a towel like usual and hugged me from behind.
But the real mom truly loves them. A storm is brewing. Jennifer's world just shattered. Her fingers freeze, unable to comprehend. William, clueless, still acts the loving husband. The irony. His smile vanished. The truth hits him like a lightning bolt.
I'd have noticed how skillfully he steered the conversation. I stayed silent for a long moment before taking the small box out from my bag and giving it to him. He opened it with delight, a limited edition watch he had been eyeing for months.
This is beautiful! You've got great taste, honey!
He kissed my cheek.
Will you help me?
He stretched out his arm. I reached out and fastened the watch onto his wrist. 10 years of marriage. I had never forgotten preparing gifts for him on special days. And yet, he rarely did the same for me. I found excuses for him that he wasn't expressive in nature. But then there was Rob's essay. Dad loves giving gifts to the real mom.
Her son's laughter feels like a cruel joke. Who is the real mother?
That all his care had never been for me.
William,
I struggled to speak, choosing my words carefully.
is there anything you want to tell me?
And her own child? Where has her baby been all these years?
Late at night, he slept soundly beside me. But the words in that essay, William's awkward smile, all those images just kept replaying in my mind and taking away my sleep. I rose quietly and stepped out of the bedroom.
He masterfully dodges the truth. But Jennifer is watching. He loves the gift, but his heart belongs elsewhere. A facade of happiness.
On his shoulders, and I leaned on his side, smiling as if I got everything I wanted for life. Love seemed to have truly existed, and no one would doubt it. I ran my fingers over the faces of my husband and kid.
She always gave her all, while he gave nothing. A decade of deceit.
That the frame space was slightly loose, so I reached out, but the whole frame just slipped away from my fingers. Crash! The frame fell to the floor. I wanted to pick it up, but I just froze mid-motion, as I found out the back of the frame was not some sort of blank board, but a photo. In the picture, William was standing in the sunlight, his face young and enchanting. In his arms, it was a girl in a white dress. I held my breath, but my body was still trembling.
Those innocent words, sharp as knives, tear her world apart. His affections were never for her. A crushing realization. Jennifer confronts him, seeking truth. Will he confess? He turns his back, a coward's escape. The silence screams betrayal.
Town. Most of the calls were made late at night, lasting anywhere from 10 minutes to over an hour. I wrote down the number quietly and left. That evening, William left his phone charging on the nightstand and went to shower. The screen was locked, so I entered the password we used to share. Incorrect. Then I tried his birthday, our anniversary, a series of numbers tied to memories only we were supposed to know.
She rises, a silent hunter. The truth awaits in the dark.
Saved in his contacts. Instead, I found it on his block list. A blocked number, with such frequent call records? There was only one explanation. He would block the number from time to time after they contacted each other. A chill crept up my spine. I went through his social media, looking for more traces. When I entered the number into the search bar, an account popped up. I finally got it.
She searches frantically, but the secrets remain hidden.
I'd straightforwardly call his name. I put the phone back and called my assistant, Susan.
Susan, help me check a number, as soon as possible.
After hanging up, I walked silently into Rob's room. He was sleeping soundly. William used to say our son looked just like me. But now, as I studied him carefully, his eyes, his
Self-doubt creeps in. Is she overreacting to a child's words? A sigh of resignation. She almost put the truth back in the dark.
not be back until a week later, and all I could do was anxiously wait while enduring William's more and more frequent late returns, which he claimed were made to see friends. Before leaving, he'd linger in front of the mirror, fixing his hair with excessive care. One night, after he left, I followed him. My car trailed us across half the city until he finally stopped at a hot spring resort on the outskirts. As William stepped out of the car, a woman in a long dress was already waiting for him. I recognized her instantly. She was the woman from the photo. William took her handbag as if he had done it 1,000 times before, and his arm wrapped around her waist with practiced ease. He leaned down and whispered something into her ear.
Her hands trembled. The truth is about to be revealed.
To the bone. Just then, my phone buzzed. An email from the testing agency. My hands shook so badly that I could barely hold the phone. I opened the attachment and flipped straight to the last page.
A love letter to Sarah. My heart will always belong to you.
Dark. Flashlight swept the space. Only that wardrobe in the corner. Paint peeling. Padlock still locked. No smell. 20 years had passed. Katie must have decomposed beyond recognition by now.
The ultimate betrayal. Written the day before their wedding.
I looked around carefully. No one. But in the corner, I found a dried up carcass. Didn't matter. I went back to the wardrobe, took a deep breath, tried to calm myself down. I was too nervous. That had to be it. This time, I heard it clearly. It came from inside the wardrobe right in front of me.
Daddy. Daddy, is that you? I've been waiting for you for so long.
6 months of call records. The digital breadcrumbs of betrayal. One number stands out. Frequent calls from a neighboring town. Suspicious.
Suffocated, she would have starved to death. So what the hell was inside that wardrobe?
A week later, Susan placed a sealed document envelope on my desk.
Sarah Anderson's DNA sample through special channels. We compared it with Rob's sample.
My fingers tightened.
The results show that the two...
The tension rises as Jennifer tries various passwords on William's locked phone, all failing.
The child I had poured all my love into for 6 years carried the blood of another woman.
We went through all the records of your delivery that year. Sarah Anderson actually gave birth on the same day as you. She checked in alone, and under emergency contact she wrote, William Jones. What about her baby?
I demanded. Susan looked down at the file.
According to the records, it seemed like there were complications during delivery. Her newborn was declared deceased 3 days after birth.
It felt like a puzzle with only a few pieces left, one final step before the truth was complete.
He blocks, he unblocks. A chilling pattern of deception.
I had once worked in the obstetrics department back then. Susan met the nurse quite soon. This old lady was nervous and a bit afraid. She would glance around every time before lowering her voice and speaking.
Those two women were...
A family photo at sunset. The man's silhouette is unmistakably William S. Too familiar. It's him. The betrayal is complete.
people, but I saw it with my own eyes. Miss Anderson swapped the babies herself. The child never died.
She looks at Rob, searching for herself, but finds nothing. The atmosphere grows heavy when Jennifer studies Rob's face, realizing he doesn't resemble her at all.
Age matched. I couldn't wait any longer, so I drove hundreds of miles alone, following the address Susan gave me. The afternoon sun bathed the orphanage courtyard in warm light. Children were running and laughing in small groups. My eyes searched desperately, scanning every face. Finally, I saw him. I knew it was him. In a corner far from the crowd, a small figure sat curled up alone. His little hands were bluish.
The samples are sent. A week of agonizing anticipation begins. She opens the report, flipping to the last page. The fate-changing verdict. Like, subscribe, and comment. Download our app and search the code to watch the full series now.